What's up, guys? Hope everything's going good. Corbin here, about to give you an awesome lesson, I hope. And today, it's going to be all about you and your partner. And how you and your partner's relationship and working together really affects how your tour is going to go. I'm going to give you a couple quick stories first. First off is going to be one of my stories from the Navy. Second is going to be a story with Kenny and I. Now, this first story kind of shows how relying on each other and helping each other out can make or break any situation. And to kind of go into that a little bit more, when I was in the Navy during basic training, you've got 80 people per division. Now, with 80 people, everyone has to be coming towards the same exact goal. Everyone's trying to graduate and everyone tries to take it as serious as possible. Because if one person messes up, it affects everyone. Well, unfortunately, we had about 6 kids out of the 80 who didn't think it was as serious as the rest of us, and they decided to mess around, joke around, and they didn't take it seriously at all. And because of those 6 people out of 80, not a lot of people, it made our division the worst division in the graduating class by far. Every competition we'd fail, we wouldn't get first place or we wouldn't even place. We failed our first inspection because they didn't care enough to learn what they needed to learn, and so when they were asked about it, they couldn't answer the questions, and that's a failing grade. And if 3 kids fail in your division, everyone fails. And so you and your partner working together really matters in how everything's going together, because if you guys have problems, underlying problems, and aren't communicating, it can really fester and stay there. Now, to kind of show how that affects with CAMFEL working together, Kenny and I are really good at diffusing situations. Perfect example is not too long ago, I was in New York City, Kenny and I both were, and most of you know I'm from Houston, Texas. You can tell from my awesome Houston hat. And I hate cities. I hate going into downtown Houston. It always makes me miserable. I've only gone a handful of times, and there found myself in New York City of all places, and I was miserable. I just had the bad mindset going in. I wasn't happy about going there. I wasn't happy that I had to go into the city. I was just mad, to be honest, and there was no reason to be mad. Well, the first show we had was in Brooklyn, and the school, we had to be there about 3 hours early, which is really early, because there's no parking at the school. It's, all surrounded by one-way streets. So what we had to do was kind of go up and park in this one-way street kind of next to the cars to barely let anyone pass by us and unload. And after we're done unloading, I had to go back in the truck after getting honked at and yelled at by several people and kind of take it around and try and find a parking spot about 4 or 5 blocks down. And it didn't work out that well. And by the time I got back to the school, I'd walked back, I finally found parking. I was mad, I was upset, I was blowing up over every little thing, and Kenny noticed that and he was like, "Hey, stop it, that's not cool." And, for Kenny and I, that works. If I'm getting frustrated and really angry, Kenny just kind of interjects and says, "Hey, calm down." And that works for me. And same thing with Kenny. If he's getting upset, I'll talk to him about it, say, "Hey, why are you acting like this?" And for us, that works. And that's because we have perfect balance between communication and giving each other space. That's the next thing I want to talk to you guys about. You want to find that happy median. I mean, it's 2 people, and you're doing everything together, and that's a lot. And so, Kenny and I, we both need our space. Sometimes I'll go on a walk, he'll go on a walk, he'll go eat dinner, but also at the same time, we do have those talks where, if something's on our mind, if something's been bugging us, we will still have that communication, and it's been working out really well. Now, let's get to the Bible part. Enough of me talking. Let's hear God speak. So, the main verse that I'm going to structure this on is 1 Corinthians 16:18. And this is Paul's final instructions that he's giving. And this is the very end of it. So it's the last part of his final instructions. And they are, verse 18, "They have been a wonderful encouragement to me, as they have been unto you. You must show your appreciation to all who serve so well." So the last thing he's saying is anyone who helps you out, you must give a great appreciation to that. So if your partner's ever helping you out, encourage you. If you notice they did something above and beyond to help you out, you need to notice that. You need to help them out too. It's not just a one-way street. You can't make it become that, because that's going to ruin everything. Now, on to the questions. There's only 3. They're very easy, and it's meant for both of you, both of the team, to work on together. Question number 1 is, I want you guys to go into the Bible and find a Bible verse that describes your gratitude towards your partner. Now, if you can't think of one on top of your head, easy thing to do, just look up, Google it, and it just pops up an entire list. But if you guys do that, I encourage you, especially with 1 Corinthians 16:18, to go back and read all of 1 Corinthians 16, or even more or less. And when you find that verse that describes it, read more of it. Don't just use that one verse. Pick out some more. See how it all comes together and how it really shows how thankful you are for your partner. So the second question, discuss something that the two of you get along doing very well and something that you wish you would stop. For Kenny and I, we go out to eat a lot. We'll just go walk over, we'll walk to a fast food restaurant that's going out for us. Or we just chill in the hotel. For us, that's awesome, especially after a long week work, just relaxing in the hotel. That's perfect. And things we don't get along with is going out and walking around. We hate that. And then, final question. If an argument came up between the two of you, how would you keep that from affecting your relationship between your partners and your tour? As I said, Kenny and I, we've never had a full-blown argument, because anytime I've got that anger that's starting to build up, or that more of just frustration, we nick it in the butt right then and there so it doesn't bother. But what if that frustration or whatever tipped over and it blew up into a full-blown argument? What's something you guys would do to help kind of after the storm? And also, let's not even just think about after. What would you guys do even beforehand, during the argument? Just food for thought. I want to thank you guys so much. I hope this was a short one, and I hope you guys spend some time with this. I know it was really short, but that first question, find a Bible verse. Take your time with that, guys. I mean, there's not a lot I can say as a person, but the best thing I can do is direct you into the Word. And that's the great thing about it is, I'm on my phone right now doing this. I've got the Bible verse up. Oh, you can't see that. It's too bright. And I've got even more Bible verses up here looking at, just to kind of prove to you guys that, you can Google it. Again, I want to thank you guys so much. I hope you've been having an awesome tour. I hope some of you guys, I get to see you guys again. All right, have a good one, guys.